If your S/4HANA Launchpad still looks like it did in 2019, your users already know. The Belize and Blue Crystal themes that shipped with earlier releases are officially deprecated as of S/4HANA 2025. SAP's replacement is the Horizon Design System, a cleaner, more accessible visual language built around two variants: Morning Horizon for light environments and Evening Horizon for dark mode. This is not a cosmetic tweak. It changes spacing, font stacks, shell chrome, and component styling in ways that can break custom CSS you have been carrying for years. In this session, you will learn how to plan, validate, and execute a theme migration that keeps your Launchpad visually consistent and your users productive. So why should you care right now? 3 reasons. First, SAP will stop delivering fixes for Belize and Blue Crystal. Any rendering issues on newer UI5 control libraries will simply go unfixed. Second, the Horizon theme unlocks features that older themes cannot render. Insides cards, the redesigned My Home start page, and drag-and-drop personalization all depend on Horizon's updated document object model structure. Third, if you are planning a move to SAP Build Workzone, Horizon is the idea. Delaying the migration means accumulating more custom CSS debt with every quarterly update, making the eventual switch harder and riskier. Before you change a single line of CSS, run a compatibility check. Open your Fiori Launchpad, navigate to the Theme Designer at /UI5/theme designer, load your current production theme, and switch the base to SAP_Horizon. The designer highlights every custom CSS rule that conflicts with the new token structure. Export this report. It becomes your migration punch list. Pay special attention to the .UI theme rules. Horizon replaces hex codes with semantic design tokens like SAP background color and SAP shell color. If your custom style sheet uses raw hex values, those overrides will either clash or silently disappear. Map each hard-coded value to its nearest Horizon token and update accordingly. Now let us talk about fixing those conflicts. The most common issue is overqualifying. In Belize, many teams added high-specificity selectors to override default controls. Horizon restructures the document object model for several controls. The object header, the dynamic page, and the flexible column layout are the biggest offenders. Your old selectors may no longer target the right element. The fix is straightforward but tedious. For each broken selector, inspect the Horizon rendered control, identify the new class names, and update your selector. Resist the urge to use important declarations. They create a ticking time bomb on the next upgrade. Instead, rely on custom CSS properties where Horizon exposes them. This keeps your overrides upgrade safe. One of the biggest user-facing payoffs of Horizon is the My Home. It replaces the classic tile-based home with a card-driven layout that surfaces insights cards, live widgets pulling data from your back-end OData services. To enable My Home, activate the target mapping in your Launchpad configuration under Fiori Launchpad, then Site Settings, then Page Layout. Select My Home as the default entry page. Insights cards are configured per role. Each card points to an OData annotation that defines the data query, chart type, and refresh interval. Start with 2 or 3 high-value cards, open purchase orders, approval backlog, or system health, and let users add more through the My Home layer that Horizon provides out of the box. Speaking of personalization, Horizon introduces a true drag-and-drop experience on the Launchpad. Users can rearrange tiles, resize card groups, and pin insights widgets without touching configuration. As an admin, you control the boundaries. The personalization scope is set per catalog and per role. You decide which sections are fixed and which are user configurable. This is managed in the Launchpad Designer under Spaces and Pages. A best practice: lock your compliance-critical tiles, things like Audit Log Access or Security Center, and leave the rest open. This gives users ownership of their workspace, while you maintain control. During migration, you will encounter apps flagged with a small clock symbol overlaid on the tile. These are apps SAP has replaced with successors. Do not ignore them. Run the Fiori Apps Reference Library filter for your S/4HANA release and check the successor mapping. For each deprecated app, verify that the successor is activated in your system catalog, that role assignments are updated, and that any bookmarks or saved tiles pointing to the old app are redirected. If you skip this step, users will land on a "This app is no longer available" screen with no guidance. A clean migration removes deprecated tiles before go-live and communicates changes through the Launchpad. Let us bring it together. Your migration roadmap has 4 phases. Phase 1. Audit. Run the Theme Designer compatibility check and inventory your custom CSS. Phase 2. Remediate. Update selectors, replace hex codes with ions, and test in a sandbox. Phase 3. Configure. Enable My Home, set up insights cards, and define personalization scopes. Phase 4. Activate. Switch the default theme in your production Launchpad, remove deprecated tiles, and communicate changes to end users. Do not try to do this in a single weekend. A typical migration for a system with moderate customization takes weeks. Start with a pilot group, gather feedback, and iterate before the full rollout.